The theater was sold out. Every seat filled. Every light pointed forward. Every camera ready. But behind the curtain, she sat alone on the floor, her back against the wall, knees pulled to her chest. The wig lay beside her. She stared at it like it was a mask she didn't know how to put back on anymore. Her manager knocked softly. 2 minutes. She didn't answer. She hadn't planned on this night going wrong. The concert was meant to be simple. Sing, bow, leave unseen, just like always. But something inside her had cracked open earlier that day, and now it wouldn't close. Before we go any further, if you're drawn to emotional stories about identity, vulnerability, and the moments that quietly change us, take a second to like this video and subscribe. These stories only reach people who need them because of support like yours. Je stood up slowly. She picked up the wig, then set it back down. "I can't," she whispered. "Not tonight." The manager froze. "You can't what?" "I can't hide," she said. "And I can't be seen, not like this." Silence filled the hallway. After a long moment, the manager sighed. "We'll delay 10 minutes. When he walked away, Jo exhaled shakily. Her hands were trembling. She slipped out a side door meant for staff and wandered into the quiet streets behind the venue. No security. No spotlight. Just night air and the hum of a city that didn't know her. She walked without direction until she found herself outside a small, dim cafe still open far past closing time. On impulse, she stepped inside. The place was nearly empty. A barista wiped the counter. One man sat alone at a corner table, sketching in a notebook. She pulled her hoodie tighter and sat near the window. For the first time in years, no one stared. The barista took her order without recognition. Coffee, black. Relief washed over her, quickly followed by something heavier. Loneliness. Across the room, the man glanced up. He was ordinary, early 30s, tired eyes, soft presence. After a moment, he stood and approached her table. "Sorry," he said gently. "I don't mean to intrude, but are you okay?" She stiffened. "I'm fine." He nodded. "Okay, just thought I'd ask." He turned to leave, then hesitated. "For what it's worth," he added, "you look like someone carrying a song too heavy to sing." That did it. Something in her chest snapped. "Sit down," she said quietly. He did. They didn't exchange names. Not at first. They talked about nothing. The city, the weather, why cafes felt safer at night. Then somehow, inevitably, the conversation shifted. "I don't like being seen," she said suddenly. The man didn't react. "Why?" "Because when people see me," she said, "they stop listening." He considered that. "Funny, most people feel invisible." She laughed bitterly. "I envy them." He closed his notebook. "What do you do?" She paused. "I sing," she said. "Oh," he smiled. "That explains the wait." He asked nothing else. That made her want to say more. "I used to believe music was about connection," she continued. "Now it feels like performance, expectations, projection." She stared into her cup. "So I hide, and everyone thinks it's mysterious or clever." Her voice cracked. "But really, I'm scared." The man leaned back. "Scared of what?" She swallowed. "That if they saw me, they'd leave." Silence stretched between them. Then he said something she didn't expect. "My sister used to sing." Je looked up. "She never wanted fame," he said. "Just honesty, but people told her she was too much, too emotional, too raw." He smiled sadly. "She stopped singing long before she stopped breathing." Je's heart sank. "She died last year," he added. "Cancer." "I'm sorry," Je whispered. "Me too," he said. "Sometimes I wonder if the world just doesn't know what to do with people who feel deeply." Tears blurred Je's vision. "You know," he continued, "she loved a singer who hid her face, said it made the songs feel safer." Je froze. She said, "That singer sounds like someone who knows what it's like to survive." The room felt suddenly smaller. That singer helped her through chemo, he said softly. She passed listening to one of those songs. Zhe's hands shook violently now. He noticed. Hey, are you all right? She stood up. I need to show you something, she said. Slowly, deliberately, she pulled back her hood. No wig. No disguise. Just her. The man stared, not in shock, not in awe, but in recognition. Oh, he breathed, it's you. She braced herself. But instead of excitement, his eyes filled with tears. Thank you, he said, for my sister. Zhe broke. She cried harder than she had in years, right there in a café that didn't care who she was. When she finally caught her breath, he said gently, You know, she never needed to see your face, but she would have loved that you let someone see it tonight. A phone buzzed. Her manager. Zhe glanced at the time. The concert. I have to go, she said. He nodded. They're waiting for you. She hesitated. I didn't get your name. Daniel, he said. Zhe, she replied softly. He smiled. I know. Back at the venue, panic buzzed backstage. She's gone, someone said. Then the door opened. Zhe walked in. No wig in hand. Just herself. Gasps rippled through the crew. The curtain rose. The crowd erupted, then slowly fell silent as they realized something was different. Zhe stepped into the light. Barefaced. Unhidden. For the first time. I almost didn't come out tonight, she said into the mic, because I was afraid of being seen. A hush fell over the room. But someone reminded me that music isn't about hiding. It's about surviving together. She sang. Not perfectly. Not safely. But honestly. Some people cried. Some stood frozen. Some didn't fully understand. But no one left. After the final note faded, the applause wasn't thunderous. It was reverent. Backstage later, Zhe sat alone again, but this time the room felt lighter. A folded piece of paper waited on her chair. A sketch. It was of her, not famous, not hidden, just human. On the back, a note. Thank you for letting the world hear you breathe. Zhe smiled. She picked up the wig. And for the first time, she didn't need it. If this story moved you, take a moment to like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who's afraid to be seen. You never know whose life you might be quietly changing.